Imagine waking up tomorrow to the news you've been waiting for your entire life. The revaluation has happened. Your investment has finally paid off, and the fortune you dreamed of is now a reality. Your heart is pounding, your hands are shaking, and the first thing you reach for is your laptop or your phone. You're not just dreaming of a new house or a new car anymore. You're actively looking for a way to turn those dinars into a life-changing amount of cash. This is the moment of truth. This is the moment you've held onto through years of patience. But what if I told you that this single moment, this pinnacle of your financial journey, is the very moment you are most vulnerable to losing everything? What if the very first step you take to cash in your investment is the step that leads you directly into a trap so sophisticated, so ruthless, that it can wipe out your entire fortune before you even realize what's happened? The harsh, uncomfortable truth that nobody in this space wants to talk about openly is that the biggest threat to your dinar investment isn't a delay in the revaluation, isn't a political decision, and isn't even market volatility. The single greatest, most immediate, and most devastating threat to you, the investor, in 2025, is the rapidly expanding, highly organized network of fake exchange centers and sophisticated financial scammers who are not just preparing for that day, they are actively counting on it. They are counting on your excitement clouding your judgment. They are counting on your urgency overriding your caution. They are building entire fraudulent operations with one sole purpose: to be the first place you find when you desperately search for where to cash in my Iraqi dinar. And my mission today is to ensure that when your moment arrives, it leads to celebration, not devastation. We are going to pull back the curtain on this entire ecosystem of deception. We will expose the 3 specific types of fake exchange centers that have emerged. We will break down the psychological tricks they use to make you lower your guard. And most importantly, I will give you a concrete, actionable, step-by-step blueprint for how to identify a legitimate, authorized exchange partner versus a cleverly constructed facade designed to steal your money. This isn't just speculation. This is based on tracking digital footprints, analyzing fake registration documents, and understanding the methodologies these criminal organizations are using right now as we speak to position themselves for the biggest financial heist in the history of alternative currencies. They have studied every forum, every YouTube comment, every social media post about the dinar, and they have built their entire scheme around the hopes and fears of this community. They create websites that look more professional and legitimate than actual, regulated banks. They use advanced search engine optimization to ensure their fake sites appear at the very top of your Google search results. They have customer service agents available 24/7 on live chat, ready to answer all your questions with reassuring, professional-sounding language. They will even send you what looks like official government documentation and certifications, all of which are flawless forgeries. They understand that in your moment of triumph, you will be looking for convenience and speed, and they have weaponized those very human desires against you. This is the new battlefield for the dinar investor, and awareness is your first and most powerful line of defense. The game has changed, and the old advice of simply being careful is no longer enough. You need a strategy, you need verified information, and you need to start building that foundation of knowledge right now before the news breaks, because once it does, it will be too late to start your research. The time for vigilance is not when you are holding a life-changing amount of currency and need to convert it. The time for vigilance is today, while you can still think clearly and logically without the overwhelming pressure of the moment. So, let's get into the specifics of how these operations work, because understanding their machinery is the key to disarming them. The first and most common type of fake exchange center is the digital phantom. These exist solely online, with no physical address you can ever visit, and they are masters of illusion. They invest tremendous resources into building a website that screams legitimacy, featuring high-resolution stock photos of gleaming lobbies, sophisticated financial charts, and logos that often mimic the aesthetics of established, reputable financial institutions. They will have pages filled with complex legal jargon about their compliance with international financial regulations, their membership in fictitious global financial alliances, and their supposed licenses from regulatory bodies that, upon a deep and thorough investigation, do not actually list them. Their most potent weapon is a sense of immediacy and exclusivity. When you fill out their online contact form, you will receive a response not in hours, but within minutes, from a senior financial consultant or a wealth conversion specialist who will have a professional email signature and a seemingly direct phone line. This person will be exceptionally polite, knowledgeable, and reassuring. They will explain their streamlined, high-volume, confidential process designed specifically for investors like you. They will make you feel like a valued client, not just a customer. The hook often comes when they present you with an offer that seems too good to be true, an exchange rate that is slightly more favorable than any other source you can find, playing directly on the desire to maximize your already massive return. They will explain this favorable rate as a function of their bulk trading capabilities or their direct access to the primary market. To build trust, they will then initiate a process that feels secure but is entirely theatrical. They will send you a detailed contract, a funds transfer agreement, and even a PDF of an official-looking bond or guarantee from a fake insurance company. They will instruct you to send your dinars via a tracked courier service to a PO box or a mail forwarding center in a foreign country, often the UAE or Turkey, giving a false sense of security through tracking numbers. The moment your parcel is scanned as delivered, the entire operation vanishes. The website goes offline, the phone numbers are disconnected, and the senior financial consultant ceases to exist. You are left with a tracking number showing delivery to an empty warehouse and the devastating realization that your life-changing investment is gone forever, processed by a ghost operation that can be set up again under a different name in a matter of days. The second type is the cloned entity, a far more sophisticated and dangerous scam that involves impersonating a real, legitimate exchange house or bank. These criminals will meticulously copy the website of a genuine company, making only tiny, almost imperceptible changes, such as a single letter in the URL. For example, using a .net instead of the legitimate company's .com, or replacing a letter with a 0. They will replicate the entire design, staff photos, and even press releases from the real company's news section. Their goal is to intercept customers who are already looking for a specific, trusted name. You might see an advertisement on social media that appears to be from this well-known exchange, offering a special promotion for Dinar holders, and clicking it takes you to this flawless replica site. Any communication you have will feel authentic because the scammers are using the real company's actual details, and they will only divert you at the final, critical moment of the transaction, perhaps by providing different bank account details for the current promotional window. By the time you or the real company realize what has happened, your funds are irrecoverable, having been instantly routed through a series of offshore accounts. This is why independent verification, not through contact details provided by the site itself, is absolutely non-negotiable. The final and most insidious category is the psychological predator, which doesn't just rely on fake websites but engages in a long-term, multi-layered con designed to break down your defenses through what can only be described as psychological warfare. These aren't faceless entities behind a computer screen. They are often individuals or groups who infiltrate the very communities where investors seek information. They create seemingly legitimate social media profiles, join Dinar forums, and even participate in YouTube comment sections, just like this one, building a reputation over months as a knowledgeable and helpful member of the community. They share news, analyze political developments, and offer seemingly sound advice, all to build a foundation of trust. Then, subtly, they begin to introduce the idea of a private, exclusive, or pre-vetted financial group or contact. They'll talk about a trusted dealer or exchange facilitator they've used for other investments, creating a narrative of insider access. The approach is never a hard sell. It's a slow drip of reassurance. They will share private messages with you, expressing concern about the very public scams we've discussed, positioning themselves as a protector. When the time is right, they will introduce you to their contact, who is, of course, another part of the same criminal team. This contact is often presented as a high-level banker or a fund manager working with ultra-high net worth clients. You might have a video call with this person in a fake office setup, further solidifying the illusion. The entire process is a carefully crafted play, with the initial friend in the forum vouching for the banker, creating a powerful echo chamber of trust. They will use high-pressure tactics wrapped in the language of opportunity, telling you that a limited window for preferential rates is about to close, or that a small group of savvy investors is being given first access before the public announcement. They prey on the fear of missing out, the very emotion that is likely to be at its peak during a revaluation event. They may even create a fake escrow service, controlled by them, to make the transaction appear secure. The moment you transfer your funds or send your dinars, the entire network vanishes, deleting their social media profiles, forum accounts, and any digital trace, leaving you betrayed not just by a scammer, but by someone you thought was a fellow investor and a friend. This is why the ultimate shield against all these threats, from the digital phantom to the psychological predator, is a single, unwavering principle: proactive, independent, and relentless verification. You must become your own chief intelligence officer. Do not trust, verify. When you find an exchange, do not use the contact information on their website to verify their legitimacy. Instead, go directly to the official website of the financial regulatory authority in that country, be it the US Treasury's FinCEN, the UK's FCA, or the UAE's central bank, and use their official, government-run online database to search for the company's license status. Cross-reference the physical address using Google Street View and satellite imagery. Call the switchboard of the building they claim to be in and ask for the company. If a deal seems too good to be true, it is a trap, not an opportunity. Your moment of victory should not be rushed. A legitimate financial institution dealing with a transaction of that magnitude will have a rigorous, perhaps even slow, process. They will not pressure you. They will have a verifiable, decades-long history. They will welcome your due diligence. The price of your life-changing wealth is eternal vigilance. Do not let the excitement of the finish line blind you to the traps laid along the final stretch. Your journey has been long, and the destination is nearer than you think. Protect it with everything you have, and now I have one critical, final request for you. If this information has opened your eyes, if you believe that every Dinar investor deserves to see this warning, then you have a responsibility. Do not keep this to yourself. The greatest weapon we have against these criminals is a community that is informed and alert. Share this video right now. Share it on every forum you are a part of, in every social media group where Dinar discussions are happening, and send it directly to every single person you know who holds this investment. You could be the one person who saves a friend, a family member, or a fellow investor from financial ruin. Do not underestimate your power to protect this community. Share this video now, and let's make 2025 a year of realized dreams, not devastating losses.